Welcome to Door4 Explore. This time we're looking at an age-old aspect of marketing, selling the sizzle. Anybody in business has a problem. How do you make people buy from you? Well, there's an adage that's as old as the problem itself. Sell the sizzle, not the sausage. After all, who's interested in buying reformed pig meat? The sizzle, the smell, the sound, is what sells the sausage. It conjures up the taste and makes our eyes water. Very deep in everything that you've got to sell is that sizzle, that motivating factor that makes your customer buy your product and not the next person's. What many businesses fail to do through excessive modesty or perhaps lack of imagination or effort is fail to understand and communicate that sizzle. A website or indeed any communication, presentation, letter or brochure should unearth that hidden gem and place it firmly at the centre of the pitch. Take this thing. It's a couple of pence of flour and yeast with some icing sugar mixed with water. It's from Greg's in the precinct. Wrong. This is a gorgeous enriched bun, delicately smothered with a perfectly sweet ice topping, baked to perfection fresh this morning by trained expert British bakers. See, there's a difference. By focusing on the attributes that will excite the customer, we can make our product immediately more desirable. It's easy to be sexy when we're dealing with food. But what happens when you provide a less exciting professional service? If you're an accountant, an architect, tax advisor, it's more difficult to conjure up emotive, exciting terms to define these services, but just as important to differentiate. We need to understand why the customer would choose you, the important factors that can make you stand out. In a competitive marketplace, it's crucial that you're distinctive. Just as with a tangible product, we need to understand the benefit that you can offer to the purchaser, rather than merely the features of your service. Does your website list what you do, or does it spell out how your customers appreciate what you do for them? Take a high street solicitor. Everybody knows that they offer conveyancing, wills, don't they all? But the successful solicitor will focus on how their advice is jargon-free. They have an open and flexible fee structure, or even free parking. These are the details which can clinch the first appointment or even the deal. So how do we begin to do this? The simple answer is that you need to put yourself in your customer's shoes. Start with a blank sheet of paper and forget everything you know about what you do. What is the problem that you solve for your customers? What are the defining factors that make you the best person or business to solve that problem? How can you solve that problem better than anybody else? This requires some confidence and maybe even a bit of cheek. We need to be memorable, and this means avoiding tired cliches. Be very careful with generic business terms such as forward-thinking, family-owned, dynamic and so on. These certainly have the place when they're relevant, but often they're rolled out as headlines because no alternative has been imagined or suggested. Be original, say something that nobody else says, stand out from the rest of them. Speak in your customer's language, and this may be different to your own. And then ask your customers why they choose you. This can often give you some surprising and valuable results. And then compare yourself to your competitors. What makes you stand out from them? If you take some of this into account, you may find you connect with new customers faster than you think. That's it for this edition of Explore. Join us next time.